on. Mike's on.
All right, a little after 5, the Eli Manning Report is brought to you by Toyota. Kick off the season with great deals from Toyota, the official vehicle of the New York Giants. By Town Fair Tire, nobody beats Town Fair Tire, nobody. By Wendy's, the official hamburger restaurant of the New York Giants. By Agera Energy, the Tri-State's premier electricity and natural gas supplier. Visit AgeraFan.com for a hassle-free quote. And by the First National Bank of Long Island, the bank where everyone knows your name, member FDIC. The quarterback of the football Giants is Eli Manning. Eli, welcome. How are you?
Hey, I'm going good, Mike. How are you?
Thanks, Eli. I'm sure you by now have heard John Mara's statement about the coach and him and the organization standing behind him. How are you feeling about things right now?
Well, I think it's the right move, and hey, we got a lot of football games left to play. Obviously, yesterday was a tough one, and we got to figure out a way to play better football. So this is not on Coach McAdoo. This is on the players playing better than what we are right now.
Eli, you've been around a lot of football teams. You've been a veteran. You've seen great days. You've seen days like this. Maybe never days this bad, but you hear about these anonymous quotes. You hear about guys and their problems with the team, and then you see some of these problems in the defense yesterday. It didn't look like a Giant defense. From your vantage point, what's going on?
I don't know much about the anonymous quotes. I think that's kind of I don't know whether they happened or not, and if they are, I think it's a kind of a weak way to voice your opinion. And if you got an opinion, you voice it. And but I haven't seen anything from it. I hadn't heard any bickering from players. Hey, we got a job to do. We're not playing well enough to win football games. That's how simple it is. So it starts. Hey, it starts from the players that are expected to do good things and play great. I got to play better. I got to hold on to the football. I can't turn the ball over, and make some plays. So there were some good things, offensively. I think guys are competing. Guys are, working hard. We made some plays. We did some decent things offensively, but it's just not good enough. We also had a couple opportunities to make some plays that we didn't. And, I think, it's the only thing we can do right now as a team and every player is just to keep fighting, and try to get a win. That's the only way to help ease some of the pain and the discomfort, or the pain and the frustration, is to keep preparing. We got seven games left, and it's not gonna get easier. Every game's gonna be tough. Every game's gonna you have to work hard and want it more than the other team, and that's what it's gonna take.
Did you think that your team's effort? Now, I had nothing wrong with the offense. Maybe they didn't all make every play, but I didn't think there was any lack of effort on the offense. I might have some questions about things on defense, but did you see anything that would have you scratching your head yesterday in terms of effort?
No, I mean, I never questioned the other side of the ball. I mean, I'm not watching. I don't watch the film. I don't know what they're doing. I think about, from the offensive standpoint, I thought guys competed. Guys gave great effort. Got off to a good start. We ran the ball well. We, did okay on third downs. Made some plays. Sterling Shepard, made some outstanding plays, and we got everybody involved, and everybody was part of the. Was playing and doing well. So, obviously we can play better, but I thought there was great effort and a commitment, and guys know the game plan, and our practices are good, and so, I think that's all we can do is just keep competing, keep fighting. And hey, that happens in football sometimes. The other team, they had some good, seemed like they had some good calls. They picked up some blitzes and were able to hit some big plays, and so we just it's just going to come down to guys making a decision when we're tired of losing. And, hey, when are we going to be able to put it all together, have a great week of practice, and then take it to the field?
Talking with Eli Manning after the Giants lost to the Niners yesterday, long trip home. The one play that we can get on you about, obviously, was the fumble. I thought watching that as you got hit, you were trying to sidearm it. Was that what you were trying to do? Am I wrong?
Yeah, but I was kind of ready to throw it to Evan on a corner route, and then as I kind of felt the pressure, and that felt I had one hand on the ball. I saw Wayne Gallman sitting there, tried to maybe flip it to him. But I just got to know as I'm going, I kind of lost my feet, and I just got to know, once you're going down and the ball, kind of comes out like that, it's gonna be a fumble. They're gonna call it a fumble, and I got to know better. Just hold on with two hands or hold on with one hand, and hopefully hit a knee first, and just hold on to the ball. So you can't afford to make a silly mistake like that.
Yeah, it was a tough one. I thought maybe on the replay they might give you the benefit of the doubt, but it was kind of hard to tell whether, as you motioned, if you still had possession of the ball when you started the motion with your hand. Right.
Yeah. I mean, I was trying to throw, but I just know once you're down like that and it kind of comes underhand like that, they're probably not going to call that a forward pass.
The rest of the game, from the offensive standpoint, I mean, you mentioned Shepard, you mentioned Ingram. I thought there was some positive things from that standpoint. I mean, if you're looking for, some things to be happy about, I would think Ingram's, play as a rookie, Shepard being back, those are two positives, especially if you can get somebody else to play at the other wide receiver spot, you'd have something going.
Yeah, I think Evan's playing well and making plays. Sterling had a big game, made a lot of, made some great plays and great efforts on him. So, those are obviously our two playmakers. We got to keep riding them and giving them opportunities to make plays for us. But, I thought some other guys did well. TK had, Tavares King had a nice third down conversion early in the game on an in route. And Roger Lewis had a touchdown there at the end. So, there were some good things. Guys are doing the right spot, are in the right spot. They're doing the right thing. So we just, we got to give them opportunities to play and make plays for us. And, so I thought guys competed. We had a couple of guys, get banged up. We lost a few most of the game. And then, Fluker got banged up and he was coming back in playing hurt. So, hey, it's important to guys are competing, guys are doing what they're supposed to be doing, and like you said, there were some good things on the offensive standpoint, but obviously, we just can't afford to have some of the mistakes that we're making, and we got to play a little bit cleaner football.
Were you surprised that team is struggling as much as they did? I don't know what your thought process was as you prepared for that team, but were you surprised they were able to finally get their offense going?
I didn't know much about their offense. I knew they had not been scoring a whole lot of points, so kind of knew going in that hey, we had to play smart. Don't give them anything easy. Don't turn the ball over and help out their offense in any way. But I knew they had played some close games though. They had played. I know they hadn't won a game, but they had played some tight games and were playing teams tough. And so I knew, it was going to be a battle. We were going to have to go out there and play good football. And I thought, offensive standpoint, got off to a fast start, did some good things. Had a lead at one point, and just I was the second half. We just got into some third and longs, and just couldn't make didn't have the ball much in the third quarter, and then the fourth quarter, had a couple bad series, 3 and out, and then. The game, was kind of getting out of reach at some point.
Talking with Eli Manning as they get ready to play Kansas City at 1-8. The Giants' schedule is not easy. They still have 4 home games and 7 games to play. As you said, there's still 7 games, amazingly, in this season that has taken a very frustrating turn for the Giants. What do you expect from your team, Eli? Like, as you get ready to play Kansas City this week, what reasonably do you expect from your team this week?
Hey, I expect us to go out there and compete. I expect us to have great preparation, great focus all week. Understand what they do. From the offensive standpoint, we're going to study their tendencies on defense. Study what we do, what they might how they might play us, and take away some of our playmakers. And we got to have a great plan. They got a great front seven, so good linebackers, good pass rush. So. we got to be able to handle those guys. And I think, hey, to go out there and give great effort and make the plays when they're given opportunities.
Does it get harder, especially with a veteran team? A couple of the guys who were on games yesterday were talking about this, of how much harder it is to do this with a veteran team rather than a young team. Do you see guys going their own way or worrying about their own bodies or doing things like that? Do guys get selfish when veteran teams fall apart like this? I know you haven't had too many years like this, but is that the fear? Is that guys start worrying about themselves rather than the team?
I guess that could be the fear. I haven't seen that. I haven't heard anything about that. So I think guys are competing. Like I said earlier, we had some guys coming back in from injuries and getting banged up and coming back in and playing hurt and doing what they have to do to be a part of the team. So I think you want to do the right things for your teammates, for the organization, and go out there and give all your effort and your preparation and during the week and on game day, and also for our fans. Hey, we got a home game this week versus a good team, but hey, we want to go play a great football game for our fans and go give them a win.
Do you see any change in your coaches, any temperament change, any panic during this tough time? Do you see any changes in your coaches about the way they go about their business?
No, man. Hey, the coaches, they want to find a win. You kind of try everything. You can try the tough mentality. You can try to not softer, but they'll try anything possible to figure out a way to get a win. Ultimately, it's up to us. Coaches, they got to do a good job and give us a game plan, and we got to know it, and we got to execute it and do what they've instructed us to do. And so that's, but it's our job to go do, play football, play at a high level, make good decisions, and hey, sometimes the other side's gonna have a better, from an offensive standpoint, the defense is gonna have a better call than what you have, or they're gonna get pressure on the quarterback, and you got to make good decisions. You got to play football at that point and make the best of the situation you're in. People say that there's nothing worse than having a NFL team in the back end of a bad season because of the nature of the game and how emotional and physical it is. Makes plenty of sense from that standpoint. Now, you haven't really been your rookie year. Your team, when you took over, you were a kid, and the team was struggling, especially late. But you were in your first year. Since then, you haven't had the end of a season like this one that you've gone through. So I'm sure even for you, this is a tough thing to go through for the first time. No, it is tough. I mean, it's been a difficult situation these last weeks and this season, and getting off to a slow start. But hey, it's what we're in, and there's only one thing to do, and that's just to keep working, keep grinding, try to find a win, and try to get better. Kind of grow with the guys that you have, and make sure they're getting better and giving great effort, and that's control what you can control. So it's not the easiest thing. It's not the most fun at times on some of these a West Coast trip on the airplane back, but you got to try to keep the energy and the enthusiasm up in your players. Make sure they're focused and they're staying hungry to go out there and get better each and every week. And hey, try to get a win. That's what it is. Each week, and in some way in your mind, you can't worry about what your record is, and just understand, hey, whether you're 9-1 or you got one win, you go out there and you try to win the next game, and that's what we're trying to do.
All right, Eli. Thanks. We'll talk next week. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Eli. Eli Manning. And the Eli Manning Report was brought to you by Toyota. Kick off the season with great deals from Toyota, the official vehicle of the Giants. Tough spot for Eli from this standpoint, all right? Yesterday it was really on the defense, not on the offense. The offense wasn't great, but the offense was out there. No one accused the offense of not trying, okay? The offensive line was beat up. They made some plays. They still can do a lot better. We know that. We mentioned the one play Eli lost. That's the only turnover he had. He threw for 280 and threw for a couple touchdowns and completed 27 passes. So we know what the numbers were yesterday. They were, legitimate, nothing great, but legitimate. But he doesn't spend a lot of time on the defense. He's not going to call out his defensive players. So you're not going to get him to talk about what's going on the defensive side of the ball. Obviously, he's not watching it. He's preparing when he's, what he sees. He doesn't see a whole lot of it. He's never going to call out a defensive player. He might call out an offensive player. But from that standpoint, it's kind of a tough spot for him. And until they decide, and they said they aren't making any change at quarterback to look at anybody, not now. At least that, as of right now, they are not making it. They made that very clear. There's no issue there. But you wonder if this is going to get any better and solidify on the defensive side of the field. I mean, that's really where this issue was yesterday. The defensive play was terrible. The defensive effort was terrible. You had guys like Jenkins who were just, non-existent out there. So I can't say I saw anybody on the offense not hustle. There was one play where Moose Johnson wondered if Shepard ran as hard as he did, but then he started holding up and grabbing his hamstring as he went to the bench. So you didn't know if he was tweaking his hamstring on that play where he thought he didn't lay out all the way for that one ball, but he did make some tremendous catches yesterday. So it wasn't like he didn't give you a big game as it was. He made a lot of circus catches yesterday. Really very tough spot all the way around from his standpoint and the whole team's. Back